What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Young Electrician podcast. My name is Ruben Young, aka the Young Electrician. Here on this podcast, we like to see electricians grow, not just in the field, but also in their personal lives. So with that said, I have the privilege of interviewing Jeff of the 360 Electrician. Jeff, how are you doing?
Well, Ruben, first of all, anybody is young if you're comparing them to me. So I'm the old man in the room. And I'm doing actually pretty amazing because you actually reached out. We just started following each other on Instagram, and we talked off air just a couple of minutes ago. And everything you told me, have you ever? I'm a Nacho Libre guy, right? You watch Nacho. Everything that you just said that you like is exactly what I said I like. Right? That's one scene eating the toast.
I'm more of a stepbrother. Did we just become best friends?
Right, exactly. We just become. So I'm doing great, man. I'm honestly blessed walking on water, and just being on your podcast is great because well, wait a minute. I guess I talk about myself a lot anyway, but I get to talk even more about myself. So
now you can talk in my direction about yourself.
No, very cool. Very cool.
Real quick, we don't have too much time. So this episode is going to be for contractors, new contractors, struggling contractors. I wanted to get Jeff on here to get as much beneficial information for you guys so that you guys could excel. Start off on the right foot. I do want to say about Jeff. Jeff, you helped me out a lot. Your channel on YouTube is what helped me stay motivated and encouraged. And I mean this genuinely throughout the C10 process. I'm now a C10 contractor. And through the discouragement, watching your videos, you removed that veil for me to let me see what's on the other side and that contracting is possible. And that it's not going to kill me. So thank you. I just want to personally thank you on my podcast.
You know what? You just gave me chills. And you know what? That's exactly why I started the channel. It's for, I don't know. I mean, honestly, again, I was kind of led to do it. If you know me, I'm a man of faith and stuff. For me, it was like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I good at? I'm not the best at bending conduit. That's not me. My guys are great. I'm not, maybe put them on, just film that. Listen, code people, I am now in the code like every single day. I do take code classes from electricaltime.com. My great friend, Steve Cavaleris. Yes. I highly recommend it to all your viewers. In fact, Ruben, I think you and him might have touched base, but I'm sure he's going to offer your viewers some free set. So I'm leveling up on the code because I've been out of the field for so long working on the business instead of working in it. The funny part, though, Ruben, is my guys literally will call me. My leads will call me probably once or twice a week because they do have a code question. Yeah. And so what we've done is, again, so I'm not the code guru. I'll admit it. Like, you got to know the code. But if it gets down to the nitty gritty, I'm in a position where, like I said, Steve Cavaleris is a phone call away. I have the best of the best. That is so awesome. Yeah. So a lot of guys out there, there's a couple of incredible influencers, creators that are just code gurus. It works for them. So if you were to say, I'm more the business, the coaching, the growing, the marketing, I'll handle. The other part, I pay the people because I'm in that position to give me the expertise. I'm not that guy. So really, that's why I started the channel. And for you to say that really encourages me because it really is why I started it.
No, keep it up. I'm not going to fangirl you so much. That's in it. But something for you, just for your guys. I don't know if you heard about Code Buddy. Have you heard about Code Buddy?
Yeah, isn't that the app?
It's the app, dude. I'm just saying, dude. If I'm out in the field,
if
I don't know something, I've used it. I actually interviewed him last week, or actually this a couple days ago. But
really, the founder, starter?
Yeah. So I interviewed that guy,
and I gotta get in touch with this guy.
Does
he work with AI?
He does, and he's awesome. He builds stuff specifically for people's companies as well, and he has so many things. It's awesome, but. You just type in like, hey, I don't know the strapping code for this. And it'll just tell you not just the answer, but the code section.
Wow.
And I think every electrician should just have that in their pocket, but I'm not here to fangirl.
So I just need to put a teleprompter and now I'm going to do code videos, but I'm going to use Code Buddy. That's what I'm gonna do. Right.
Okay. So Jeff, first question, in your opinion, first question, how can somebody just starting out or struggling get a client? Right. If you don't get a client, nothing else matters. How could somebody get?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Ruben, I told you once, and I'm going to tell you again, I'm going to mention some of the courses and stuff that I do sell. I'm telling everybody out there, don't buy it. Don't pay anybody a penny unless you vet them, check the resume. Meaning if I'm showing you like the results that help me, then
Yeah.
great. If you think it's going to help you, I sell hundreds of them anyway. But so there's a couple of things. I'm going to give you the 3 top things again, because it's always fresh in my mind. I've said it on my channel, and I know you've seen it, Ruben. Don't pay for leads, be the lead, right? Have you heard me say that?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
100%.
don't pay for leads, be the lead. Whenever I coach people, which I do coaching, hundreds and hundreds of people have signed up. Over 700 people have signed up. I think I've been through over 300 coaching sessions. That's one-on-one. What I do is I tell them right away, a lot of them are coming and they're doing Angie's or they're doing Yelp,
Yep,
right?
they
They're
reached out
trying
to
to
me.
do Google. Again, Ruben, I'm preaching to you too, because you just started as a C10. Gosh, I wish I could go back in time sometimes. It's great to be at the 20-year mark, but sometimes it's great to be at the start because remember, you can change your trajectory to wherever you want. I'm in 20 years. I'm kind of stuck. So people do Yelp, people do Angie's List. Do you do any of them, for example?
No, Angie's List has a good sales pitch, though. They almost got me. And I remember one of your videos, and it wasn't that good. So I was like, I'm going to pass.
Well, good. I'm glad you did. I feel really bad for the people that are just starting out that do the Yelp. They're in for a contract for like $800 a month. Okay. So I'm going to skip around because I'm ADD in it, but hold on.
Do it.
If you get into contract with Yelp, you're just starting out. You're listening to this podcast and you're going, okay, what's Jeff's recommendation? I don't care if you pay for leads now, because you have to. You got to get in the door. Okay. So how my system works is not how you're going to get in the door necessarily. I'm going to give you 2 ways to do that. But my system really kicks in is once you do knock on the door and you get a client, you have someone that actually paid you to even change a light switch. It means a couple of things. It means they've already accepted you to walk into their door. You are allowed to be in their house. That's a huge thing if you think about it. We don't think about that a lot as service people.
Yep.
If someone okays you, it means you don't have Satan written on your forehead. And if you're listening to this and you do, cover it up, okay? No gang this, that. Don't leave your beard. If you're out in Tennessee, don't have some twisted, or Montana with the flies coming out. Trim it. People hate me when I say stuff like this. Now, look, when you're in that area and everybody's got beards with flies coming out of it, I'm joking, of course. I'm going to be hated by half the country right now, but hey, I'm here. I'm saying be your customer. Once you're in the door, you're in the door. But then what are you going to do? Your job in life is not to be an electrician at that point. It's to be a business person. Yeah. And every business person has to be a marketer. Your job is to make sure, not just by me saying, oh, I loved you, Ruben, I'm going to recommend everybody. Your job, Ruben, is to make sure that I do physically tell at least 3 people about you and give them an incentive to give to the people to make sure that they call you. So in other words, for every 1 person you knock on the door, my hope for you and my system that I do is within 3 years, you're going to get 3 customers out of that one. Okay. And if you see 3 people in 3 years, each 3, you're going to make it into 9, right? 3 times 3, 9. 9 into 27. After that, don't ask me to do the math.
Yep.
So I've literally taught it, and I've literally had people, again, like you that watch the channel that just say, Jeff, unbelievable. So because that takes you knocking the door. So my first advice is mine, just like gold mining, your business is a mine. It's a mine shaft. You just staked it out. Yep. You got to mine that, so you got to get the pick. That's what I'm talking about. When you do the 1 to 3, you're mining your own customers. That's your mine shaft you're going to get. Yeah. So 2 things I recommend. First, if you are religious in any way, you're a part of any organization, you're part of any club, you're a part of any. Don't go into church. Don't go into that area and go, here, I'm an electrician. Give me business. Give me business. Give me business. Give me business. Like they say, win their hearts and you'll get their minds. Okay. Go in there and volunteer. If you're a part of a church, go to the pastor, go to that leader and say, hey, I just got my license. I can actually legally do work. I would love to donate some time to help the church, and let's replace some outlets. Let's do some dimmers.
Oh, awesome.
When you do that, go to the pastor and just be like, hey, pastor, who better than our members to spend money with someone that's also going to tithe in that church or in that organization? You're at a train club, same exact thing. When you go out there and you put your shirt on and you're working, those people are going to notice it. So it's hard work, right? It's either 2 things to get customers. You have to either pay to get them with the leads, or you're going to put some sweat equity in it. With the sweat equity, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I highly recommend that. Number 2, it's part of my marketing course. I don't know if I should use the right word because I just said I'm kind of a religious guy, but I'm the prostitute when it comes to marketing.
It's in the Bible. You can say it.
Prostitute your brand everywhere. Yeah. Business cards are dirt cheap. This is something I taught on my channel too. Panel stickers are dirt cheap.
Oh, yes.
When you're going to go to Subway to grab lunch, you park in the back where the main meters are and you open up every single panel door. Now, Jeff, is that legal? Is that, I don't know. Is someone going to yell at you? I mean, in LA, we could be walking out of Walmart with $900. Nothing's happened. Open up the panel covers, put your sticker, put it on the outside. If they get mad, so what? Peel it off.
Yeah.
If you're at a gas station pumping gas, there's put 1 or 2 cards. Look, they might be gone in 3 seconds flat, but who cares? That's 3 cents. But the next guy that pumps gas, have a business card that says something that's to the guy that's pumping gas. When I first started had I think 27 business cards. Nobody's
27.
ever taught this. I don't even think I've ever said this on the channel.
You mean different types of business cards or just 27?
No, this is an exclusive for you. I have so many secrets I've never given out. This is one of them right now. I think I had 27 business cards. And yes, I used to print them at home. Okay. To start it out. You know what it was for your gas? I think if I remember correctly, we're talking 15 years ago. Usually the Costco gas station, the tough one there is they have an attendant.
Yeah.
You know, that at the Costco that kind of walks. I guess who became my best friend? When my trucks came in, I'd have an ice cooler with water. What's up? Whatever his name was, throw him a water. Hey, I'm going to throw some cards. He'd be like, yeah, don't worry about it. Go for it. Ooh, on it said, you came to Costco to save 25 cents. And I can't remember the sayings, but why not have an electrician, something. I had 27 different cards that I would put in different places with different messages.
That is awesome.
I started this out after 4 years of being in business, being an employer. What's an employer? What's a business owner? An employer is just a paycheck giver. I went to work. I had the all-you-can-eat sushi. I maybe had my truck payment, but it wasn't a business. Yeah. I ended up having to work the overtime to make sure they got their paychecks. If a customer called after hours and said, oh, the guys didn't turn on any breakers, who's driving after hours? Yeah. I was. And I was like, baloney, this is done. I'm done with this stuff. Then I decided, no. I am an electrical contractor business. I am not the business. I own the business, right? Yep. I run the trains. I mean, I own the trains. I don't run the trains. So I shifted everything. I did all of that first through marketing. So go to your local church, wherever organizations, talk. Tell your friends. Biggest thing for Montana, if you're in Montana, Facebook neighborhood pages. Okay, huge.
Oh, nice.
A referral is worth 8 times what a call is off Yelp or on Angie's List. By the way, if you get a call from Yelp or Angie's List, you're now competing with three, maybe 7 other people.
Oh yeah.
When I did do Yelp, and I never did Angie's, but when I did do Yelp, so I know what I'm talking about. As fast as I can call, half the time they were like, "Oh, someone's already coming." I'm like, "How's that even possible?" So I knew that Yelp was messing with us. Right? They're taking our money, but all right. So the first thing is, again, get in the door through your pastor, through your organizations, everything like that. The second thing is, business cards, marketing, flyers that I do. I mean, I offer it, but you got to get it. You have to have something physical so you can give someone that is valuable. Yeah. The third thing is mine the existing customers you got to. You wouldn't believe one of my biggest clients in Los Angeles, California for the past 15 years. In fact, we've just had our anniversary, I think maybe 16 years, was from a phone call that came in to help someone, and I helped them over the phone. I won't get into it because we don't have a lot of times. That guy said, hey, you know what? I'm a property manager. I'm going to put you on our vendor list. And I was like, at that time, I'm like, what's a vendor list? What's a property manager, right? Yep. 1 year later, we got a call. It ends up that the building is literally 2 blocks away from my brick and mortar now in Los Angeles. I still have a warehouse. Yep. We did a job for $8,000. It was a 2-day, quick in and out job. Nice. One guy and a helper. It was $8,000. It was a structured wiring. It's like a crazy system, whatever. We couldn't figure out how we got this call for 3 months. Then we got another big call from that same building. Finally, I realized it's the guy that I helped out over the phone for free to reset a GFI in his garage that operated the plugs upstairs.
That is nuts.
I'm not joking. I wish I could pull it up right now. It's probably a $50,000 to $100,000 client because they property manage about 24 buildings throughout all of Los Angeles.
Wow. Okay. So property management, huh?
Yep. And that happened from mining my own client. Now, that would have been the same thing as number 3. If you got a client, this one was a phone call, but it's a client. As soon as they call you, I consider them your client. I gave them value over the phone that then led into a tree with roots that you wouldn't believe. He left the company 8 years ago. I'm still working for that company.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude,
crazy.
That is crazy.
So I hope that helped. I mean, there's 800 things I can tell you, but I think that's the 3 big things that I would tell you right now. Have something that if you go to a customer, hey, oh, by the way, let me tell you the analogy, right? I have it. So in my marketing course, again, I'm teaching you how. Well, Jeff, what are you talking about? Mining. Take $100 bill, but we're not really using hundreds. Hey, Ruben, thanks so much for calling me. I really appreciate your business. Can I give you and 3 of your friends a gift for my appreciation? Would you say no?
Oh, nope. I say yes.
You take out $300 bills and you say, Ruben, here's your name. Ruben, here's your mom's name. Here's your brother's name. And here's your coworker's name. Here's half the 100. Here you go, bro. When they call me, you call me again. I'm going to take the other half. I'm going to use there's $100. We're going to use it towards any work you get done, including your service call fee for $99.
Nice.
What happens? Jeff, I loved you. I'm going to recommend you to everybody. I leave.
Yeah.
I leave. You know what happens to you and me? The wife calls. Our kid fell. My parents they're sick. A car accident happened. I'm out the door. I come back. Who's Ruben? Oh, the lights look great, but who's Ruben? Life took over.
Yep.
But then when you look down at the table and you go, oh, crap, there's 3 ripped up $100 bills. Guess what? Ruben is back in the game. And then I go, well, I'm going to mom's tomorrow for dinner. I'm going to work, give it to my coworker. And my brother, I'll hold on to his for whatever. Yeah. And that half 100 is going to go on that refrigerator. And you know what's going to happen? Every time they look at it, they're going to go like, I can't wait till I need some electrical work because I need to use that. You see what I'm saying? Is that
That's
game
money.
changer? Have you heard anything like that?
No, I have not. That is a game changer.
That's how we do it. That's part of my marketing course. You learn all that in my marketing course. Of course, we're not really ripping up hundreds, but I'm giving you an example of what that is really in that course. I call it ripping hundreds.
That was going to be my question is, do you give them an offer for that, that referral? That is your offer for that referral that's going to benefit them.
So I would say, what is your I should know the terminology, but since I don't advertise, I haven't advertised in years, not even in Montana. What is your acquisition rate? How much does it cost?
Yeah. Client acquisition cost.
Yeah. I would argue $50 to $100.
Okay.
I don't know. I would argue $50 to $100 probably. So what you're doing is, here's the difference. That is, I put a ad out and I got a cold call for $50. It's probably going to cost you, right?
Yep.
Well, that $50 is not a recommendation from a referral. That's just a cold call. Yeah. First question they're going to ask is, how much do you charge to come and give me a quote? Right?
Yep.
I don't do free quotes. Yeah. I don't. $99 to show up. Half the people do free quotes. That $100 bill, they're not asking, quote, won't come. It's a referral. Ruben gave me this. Ruben used you.
Yep.
I know Ruben. It's an instant. So imagine your acquisition rate is the same. You're really giving a discount is what you're doing. It's not out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Right. And so what happens is then when you go in, you go, well, Ruben, this is what we're going to do. And just like your friend, and your total is going to be $1,980. If you okay the paperwork, we'll get started for you tomorrow.
Yep.
And if that's even within reason, they're not going to argue with you. It's a referral. You're 9 out of 10 times you're landing that sucker. Yeah. And of course, even in my marketing course, I think it's in my marketing course, I teach you the 3 or 4 reasons people say no. Because everything I teach in my channel, or if I coach with you, I'm not just saying, oh, rip up $100 bill, you're done. I'll give you 4 reasons how you rip it up, why you rip it up, when to rip it up, how you're going to, if someone says no, this is the reason why. If they say this is your rebuttal. One of the reasons, are you ready, is they want the free floor mats.
Yep.
I call it the floor mat rejection. When a customer says no, oh, $1,980, oh, that just sounds like a lot. It's baloney. They're not an electrician. They don't know what it costs. You know what they're waiting for? They want you to throw in the free floor mats. Give me something.
Give me an air freshener.
Yeah, for me, it's a $50 coupon on my flyer, which I don't present to them until that point. And then I say, well, Ruben, look, I know you want a discount. I can't do much. Hey, but I've got a $50 coupon here. $50 is $50. That's exactly the words I say.
Yep.
Because $50 is $50. All they want is the win. Okay, I got something. I got the free floor mats. Where do I sign? What are they going to do? Call 3 other electricians? They're there. They want to get the job done.
No, that's awesome.
This podcast can go on for 6 hours when we talk about sales, but it's really so. One last thing, my ADD's kicking in. How do I know this? How do I get this? Most of the system. So I've sold $1 million in electrical service work. This isn't building a building. This isn't a remodel of $40,000. That would be easy to do. I did $1 million of service sales in 2004. That was the year that I transitioned and then started my business.
Yeah.
Working for another company. At that company, I make commission. I get paid basically if I sold. I sold $1 million of service work. This is replacing GFIs. This is recessed lights. This is landscape light. This is not $150,000 new construction. Nothing. And how did I do that? Perfecting my sales and my pitch, period. Everybody from Beverly Hills multi-millionaires to people that are, hey, I don't even know how I'm going to pay for this because my panel's burning up and I need to do it. Yep. So all of this kind of developed through that. And of course, my sales experience ever since I was 8 years old selling golf balls.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. I think I remember you talking about that on your podcast. Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, on your YouTube channel, you talked about something about some sales experience. I've heard. That's awesome, dude. I like it because you're not just getting some theory out of some sales book. You're actually, this is what you've been through, what's worked for you. So let me ask you, somebody gets a client and they're just starting out. You have no clue what to charge. Can you give an easy system for somebody just starting out? Doesn't have to be the best, right? But just for charging or giving somebody a quote. You're going to throw some lights up in a kitchen, rewire a bathroom, anything.
Absolutely. My number one question for coaching. My number one question. The reason for that is if we're shooting for the moon, right? We're just starting out. So we have our launch pad. And what do we got to do? We got to aim that towards the moon. And if we just kind of aim it like, oh, everybody else charges this. Oh, the going rate is this. Then you know what you're doing? You're just kind of, you're kind of aiming, but you're like, I see the moon. And then you fire your rocket on the, this is what everybody charges, not what you should be charging. This is you. If you base it on me, you base it on anybody else, except what I'm going to tell you. By the time you get to the moon and you're off by 1%, from Earth to the moon, you're off by 1%. How many miles did you miss the moon? 100,000 miles?
I'm not a math.
Let's say it's 100,000 miles. Now, what if that equals to $1? You missed it by 1%. In 3 years of your business, that could be $100,000. Now, sometimes not only do you hit it, but you can go overshoot, and maybe you made 100,000 extra. But the problem is you still started out with you don't really know your numbers. I call it the McDonald's theory. McDonald's, forget the different states and what you have to pay employees per se, because some states are regulated. In California, we got to pay $20 an hour to flip burgers now, right?
Yep.
In Montana, in California, in Florida, McDonald's knows exactly how much they need to charge for a Big Mac. They know it. Let's just say it's $4.87. Now, again, it might be different prices because of that overhead. But what I'm trying to say is they know at $4.87 that they're making $1.50 per burger. Then their only job in life is to sell burgers. They don't think about the market, the part. So how you should bid on jobs is not based on me, not based on Ruben. It's based on you. And what do I mean by that? If you're going to use my price, do you have a warehouse? How many service vans do you have? How many of those have payments? How much are you paying your guys? What's your work? You can't. You got to base your price on you. And I'm going to tell you why. If you base it on you when you're first starting out, your overhead should be 10 to 15% lower than mine.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
If that's the case, your advantage when you go into the same building or the same quote as I do, your real only advantage is saying, hey, we've only been around a year and a half, but look, we're quality business, and our price is better than Jeff. Of course, if you go in the room with me, I'm going to counter that with 800 things that are probably still, but you're not going to run into Jeff all the time.
Hope not.
But if you're running into Jeff out there, let's just say your name is Greg. If Greg 1 comes in with Greg 2 and Greg 2 has a lot more overhead, Greg 1 should understand that because they price themselves, know that where they need to price should be reasonably priced better than Greg 2. And you use that to your advantage, right?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people out there that are looking for price. Let's just be honest with you. Yeah. If you're clean shaved, you look good, you put booties on, you didn't piss the customer off, you didn't park in the driveway, don't park in the driveway, don't leak oil. If you did all those things, then your advantage is price.
Yeah.
So the best way to quote is I quote daily labor rates, period, end of story. If you can understand what you need to charge hourly, so it's a two-part. How do you know what to charge hourly? In coaching, it's my 5 line items. That's it. That's all you need to know. Line item number 2 and line item number 4 have an A, B, C, D, E, F, G in it. We go through all that. So we understand, and people get aha moments. They go, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. Like, oh my gosh. As ridiculous as this, Ruben, I tell people, like, you're just started out. Do you have any employees yet?
Employees? No, you're looking at them.
Do you plan on getting employees?
Yes.
Okay. What are some of the benefits to work for your company? Well, I know I'm not going to put you on the spot because I do that a
Do
lot with the
it. No, it's
question.
fine.
One of it would be like, well, I want to give them 1 week vacation after their year anniversary. I used to
Yeah.
get 1 year, right? Is that true?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I
You
would
know,
like
when
to
we
do that.
go through coaching and I ask every single people, even people that have employees, not a single one tells me about employee vacation pay after their first year.
Yeah.
So I grab my calculator and I say, well, let's just say you're paying $35 an hour. 35 times 40, that's $1,400 a week, isn't it?
Yep.
Am I right?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to go with it.
Yes. Yeah, let's go with that because it's it's $1,400 a week. At the end of the year, did you know that if you do not calculate 1,400 divided by 12 months,
Yep.
divided by how many hours with attrition, I won't get into the details, you're going to get like literally, I think it comes to 78 cents an hour you have to charge for every hour that electrician works, so that you out of your pocket is not paying the $1,400 vacation pay after the year. The client is paying for it. You're not taking my money. I'm not taking yours. We're taking the client money.
Yep.
So again, when I talk about pricing, how do we price it? That's just one of the line items. I know I'm skipping around. Know your exact cost per hour. Everything. Calculate everything. Your workers' comp insurance, your car payments, your general liability, your commercial auto, your attrition. Attrition is hours that you're not working. You can't bill someone. I mean, you're not getting 8 hours of production a day. You know, you're losing it. You know, heaven forbid a sports game is on the night before. Half your guys are talking for 2 hours. You know, once you understand that, it's simple. Multiply it by 8, you get your daily labor rate. So then, Ruben, if you go into a job and you say, how many hours is this job? It's a 2-day job. 2 days times your labor rate. That's your labor. You're done. Your only job in life, again, is to concentrate on getting the job, not on, okay, well, I'll call you tomorrow and I'll get you some pricing and I'll email you. You already are 50% less of a chance to close that deal. I close every single one of my deals. I don't even say me. All my guys are trained in this. My guys are all salespeople. All my journeymen are salespeople. I don't sell anything hardly in my company anymore. I train them. I teach them. We constantly go over it. They sell it. They sell it right on the spot. They get the okay. They get the deposit check. They're gone. Or they start the job right away. Nobody goes back. Why? That's a trip wasted. If you're just starting out, you have 3 jobs in a week. You have 2 days doing nothing. But if you go and you do everything right and you sell the job right then and then, you start work right then and then. You can start work, and then instead of coming back all day tomorrow, you do half day today, half day tomorrow, because when you're first starting out and you get that call, you want to go get that call because you don't want to be stuck on one job. So pricing is simple. Easiest way to price is you got to know your numbers. That I can't teach on any podcast. It's either through coaching or through your accountant or whoever. I don't do it with some spreadsheet that's 27 pages long, because guess what? That doesn't account for. You broke your arm. Where's that go in your spreadsheet? Mine, it's in there. Everything is in there because it's based on one thing and one thing only. Work 1 hour. Get the 1 hour of business. Get the daily labor. Right? If you break your arm, who cares? Because you're not working. You don't have to worry about any of that. Everything is based on you selling that job. You don't have to think about the math ever again. In fact, even if you grow and get 3 or 4 people, you don't have to redo this math. It actually gets even better as you grow your company.
That's all. That's a better answer than the question I asked. So thank you.
Listen, with me, you're never going to get it straight. It's so much passion and stuff built up.
My question did not deserve that answer. Thank you, though.
But there's one thing, Ruben, I can't teach experience on this. So when you have to know that it's a day and a half job, you have to know that this commercial job is 47 days. That gets tricky. Now you need a team where I do it, where you get the blueprints and we actually go room by room, section by section. I don't do Bluebeam. I don't do an estimator. If you go and hire an estimator and they give you a number, what do you have to do right after that? Make sure that number is correct. Yep. So what's the point? Learn it yourself. Yeah. No one's going to be better than you. I get my lead guys that are going to lead that job into a room. We have a bid day. A bid day is at the shop. This is the day we do our toolbox meetings. I happen to do it through video conferencing now because I'm not in LA. The one here in Montana, Monday morning, we have our meeting this Monday. We meet up, we talk everything from sales. I look at all the numbers. I see what I like, what I don't like, and all that stuff. And then if we have any jobs to bid, that's the day we bid it. And I like the more people, the merrier. And then we bid it out. Because again, the book's going to say 150 feet of EMT conduit based at, this much per stick. It's never works that way.
Yeah.
You look at the plans and you go, MC can run over the troffers. It doesn't have to run along the wall. There's so many different tricks and things that you have to know. So anyway, I hope that answered the question.
No,
I know
that
it
is
probably went
awesome.
20 miles around the circle, but
No, I think it's valuable because it's not just about, oh, how do I just get my foot in this door and give them a price, but actually beginning to try and know those numbers for yourself. Because if you can figure that out right now when it's just you by yourself, you're gonna be
yeah.
way better off when you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 employees.
I mean, let's just assume you came up with $1,000 daily labor rate. You know your experience for this kitchen remodel. It's 4.5 days. How much? $1,000, 4.5 days. What's your labor?
4,500.
Oh my gosh, Ruben, how the hell did you just bid that in 3 seconds?
I'm a math guy. What can I say?
That's the first aha moment where people go, oh, that's not that hard.
Yeah.
That's why my number one question in coaching is, let's do it, baby. It takes about an hour. And let's do it. And people just go crazy when they realize it. I've had guys that have MBAs that became electrical contractors that said, why don't they teach this system?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope they don't. That's what pays my bills.
that's what, yeah, I had people ask me about like bidding and certain stuff, and my process is way longer. So I appreciate that. Thank you. That's valuable.
No, my key is, remember, you got to get a bid out as fast as possible, as accurate as possible, because 90% of the bids are wasting your time. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
So then what happens is you start narrowing down. But the 10% you win is the 10% of your clients for life.
Yeah.
You don't need more clients than that. You shut the door, you shut the phone. I shut the phone. I literally don't get phone calls anymore because I don't advertise my phone number anymore. I don't need to. It's a machine. I'm ripping hundreds every day. It's a machine that keeps going. I don't have to pay anybody. Did you know in Los Angeles, I don't even know how many Google reviews I have? People ask me, and I thought it was like 5. I think it's 15. In 20 years, I only have 15 reviews because I don't base my business on stars. I base my business on clients, plain and simple.
So interesting, man. I'd rather be in that position than looking at my Google, trying to see how do I get this guy to take
begging.
this review off.
I better kiss their butt to get a 5-star rating. Forget you and your stars.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let me ask you, what was your process? You launched in Montana very recently, right? Like last year, was it, or was this year?
Oh, June, 1-year anniversary this month.
Oh, nice. That's exciting, man. Congratulations on that. What was your process starting off there?
Very simple. Number one, get go. So actually June is our anniversary, but we didn't start doing work till August. Okay. July, August. Okay. My guys left their other company early. They quit early. I said, don't quit. What are you not talking about? Anyway, long story. They said, Jeff, we're working for you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, whether you like it or not. So you got to. Okay. So before I opened, I laid all the groundwork because I've done this 100,000 times. Obviously the name was easy. We reincorporated separate business, but 360. Number one was Joe Burnich, Big West Marketing. He's my brother. We do tons of business together. Went to Joe. I said, Joe, I'm doing this. This is what I need from you. I have my own marketing course, so I practice what I preach. I do the exact same marketing that I'm preaching to everybody to buy the system.
That's awesome.
I automatically started that 2 months. So July was our start date, but we didn't have any customers. From July to August, we went literally from 0 to 100 miles per hour. Now we're already at 3 vans. We're at 2 vans and a truck. The trucks you seldom because so the third van is on its way. And next year we'll be at 12 guys with 4 vans running. You're saying how?
Did you start off with a van?
Only one reason, huh?
Did you start off with one van or no?
I started off with 1 van and one of the guys had to drive his own car.
Oh, nice. Okay. Good to know. All right, continue.
Yeah. And then right away, I have extra vans in California. I shipped them out and brought them here. So I have another one coming for next summer already. And then we're doing a new, hopefully Ranger Design sponsored van, another one coming for July. So that's the goal. But here's how it happened. It's plain and simple. The phone has to ring.
Yep.
That's it. There's no magic to this. How are you going to get the phone to ring? That's it. My marketing course, that's fine. For $399, game changer. So you got all your marketing, paperwork, paper marketing, flyer thing. Next part is your digital marketing. Joe Burnich, Big West Marketing, did my website, got me listed on Google. I followed his instructions to a T. I have 100 people calling me every month saying, I'm going to get you your SEO. Hey, you idiot. You obviously haven't looked at my channel. We are number one in Missoula, Montana already.
Wow. That's nuts.
Think about that. Free, organic. I don't pay a dime. I had to pay Joe. But right now, if I type in electrical contractor in the zip code of Missoula, Montana, which is my main area, I'm number 1 to number 3. Depends on where in Missoula you're doing. I'm top 3. My phone rings 2 to 3 times a day. Endless. No,
that is awesome.
Done. So remember I said you need something to knock on doors. You need a funnel to get you in front of the customer, correct?
Yeah.
So my funnel is Google Maps. I'm top 3. Okay. As soon as I'm in front of the customer, I'm ripping up hundreds. Now, do you see the follow-up?
I see it.
How much did any of this cost me? Absolutely nothing. What? Printing my flyers, and Joe Burnich, but you're going to need a website and do stuff anyway. This week, Joe, I'm hiring. Within 3 days, he got me a page on the website for hiring.
That's awesome.
Every month, I have up to 1 hour or 2 hours of, okay, change this, update the picture, that. I don't have to do any of it. So let's go back to the question. How I started in Montana is I laid out the groundwork to literally drop a nuclear bomb to get the phone ringing. So however you do it, it's guerrilla marketing, you want to call it, whatever the case may be. I approached my daughter's private school, churches, everything I told you to do. Flyers. I had flyers. I ripped up $100 bills. By the way, when I say rip up $100 bills, my system, you could rip up 100. Hey, you on the street, here's 100. Hey, you, I don't know you, here's 100. Don't get me wrong. It's not only limited to the client you go see.
Yeah.
It's limited to nothing. You go to a restaurant and you're going to leave a tip, leave your 100, your half 100 and say, hey, waitress, hey, you know what? Your friends, your family, and your mom, I'm an electrical contractor. I want to make sure I call you. Here's $100 to make sure you do it. Think about that. So in 1 year, I'm driving everybody in Montana crazy. There's electrical contractors who've been here for 20 years. They're not even in the top 3.
That's nuts.
And here I am, and I came in. So how I started was pretty much marketing. Now, of course, I'm in a business-friendly state. I got really close to the governor's office. The governor is a business governor here. Because of the YouTube channel, I had some doors that opened, and now I just spoke at the Montana Economic Summit for the whole state of Montana. Incredible stuff. More doors are opening. It was great having some pretty big nationwide clients, brands sponsor me when I first started out. Some of those brands, unfortunately, are not with me, but brands like Fluke and some other ones came on board because of that. I was exclusive with one brand, by the way. See, so I do things crazy. I was exclusive with one brand. You would only see one brand of tools on my channel for the past year. Yeah. They decided not to renew with me for stupid reasons. But what happened, like Rockefeller, because I was a single person, now I got broken up. Now I got Fluke and a bunch of, 10 other brands. So worked out pretty well. A bad thing. It ended up being a good thing. So that helps too. Obviously, I'm not going to lie. I do use that to my advantage. How? When I hire, here's $1,000 in free tools sometimes, or here's this, a lot of the tools I buy myself to do the promotions. Well, what am I going to do with those tools? I can't have 10 linemans. In fact, I just bought a lineman's the other day that I don't need, but so there's different tricks in the trade that I use. Use everything if you're listening to this, use everything in your arsenal. I don't know you. I don't know where you're coming. I don't know if you're in California or you're in Montana or wherever you are. Use every tool in your arsenal to get the phone to ring, short of lying, cheating, and stealing, of course.
Yeah. That is awesome. That is awesome. And I think what you just gave there, even though, you have experience in this, so going out to Montana is probably not the same as me starting out here in California.
Well, but you have 1 million clients in your possibility. I only have 120. Think about that. So you have you have an advantage there over the other person. Yeah. But I would coach you a different way than I would coach someone from Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would coach you into where the money is in Los Angeles because I already know. Service is your bread and butter. You need service. Okay. Service is what, oh my gosh, I have my payment. How am I going to do it? Oh, just finished the $1,200 one-day job. Great. Payment's done. Service is that. But to build your business, you need the developer money. You need the long-term money. You need the Starbucks money. And that's a whole other different story. Starbucks or the McDonald's money. McDonald's is going to give you business when the economy is down. Starbucks is going to give you business when the economy is up. Or I should say McDonald's. I use the McDonald's analogy.
I like it. I'm more of a Starbucks guy, but I like it.
There you go.
All right, cool. So, what were some of the biggest lessons that you learned throughout contracting? And let me know when you have to go too, because
no, I'm good. I was just checking to make sure none of my guys are texting me. They shouldn't be today. So give me the question one more time. I apologize.
Oh no, you're good. What were some of the biggest lessons you learned as a contractor?
Don't open in California.
No, thank you. Okay, so
sorry. Sorry. Well, only because I'm in Montana now. Maybe we should put it out that. No, honestly, the biggest mistakes, right? So the biggest mistakes, I'm going to tell you right now. I have a course coming out. Sorry, Ruben. Again, I'm trying to sell. I have a course. It's right here on my sheet. The Ultimate Guide to Hiring Electricians if you're an electrical contractor.
Yeah.
Okay. This is perfect for someone like you because my biggest mistake was hiring the wrong person. In California, that is a 10 times more important aspect. It's more important than anything else out there. In California, one bad hire will bankrupt you. You do know that, don't you?
I can see that.
Okay.
I can see that.
One bad hire, okay, is going to bankrupt you as a new electrical contractor. You know, a lot of people listening, other influencers that I know that have just become electrical contractors in California that I wish reached out to me. They're all thinking this is just great. It's all they're watching Instagram. Instagram is 90% of it is fake. That's the best of the best. Come see me for a week. I'll tell you my nightmare stories of being in California. Okay. My number one biggest mistake was hiring wrong. End of story. Plain and simple. If you're going to say a one-man show with your kid, brother, sister, or someone you know that's going to be your helper, you got nothing to worry about. But I'm going to argue with you. Your life's going to suck too. You know, you're just going to be working all day, all night, and you're never really going to get anywhere. You're a glorified handyman business, right? You're not a business. You're just got a license. Okay. So you're going to need the help. So my number one mistake is hiring wrong. Not other big mistakes, but I think number two would probably be doing things the way everybody else is doing it. Being an electrical contractor, so many people are doing it the way that our dads did it and our grandfathers did it. I'm not knocking them. We are who we are because of our dads. But the world has changed, right? You can't do it where I'm going to be working in the field all day long and I'm going to, you have to be. This is the pitch line. We're all good at the trade, but we suck at business. We have to get better at business is what I'm saying. Our parents didn't have that problem, right? They made enough money to cover the bills. They could be a one-man, two-man show and make a good living. We can't do that anymore. Therefore, we have to get better at business. We have to start learning how we're going to make money working on our business more than working in our business. And that's not laziness. When we decided to be a C10, it's easy. When you were an employee for your boss, you thought, this son of a bitch, sorry to say it that way. What a piece of, look at, he's getting that new car. Now that you're on my side, you go, damn, I don't want to be on that side. Like, why did I do this half the time? Like now I understand how extremely difficult it is. So basically it's, biggest mistake was I didn't treat it as the correct business. I treated it as like everybody else teaches you. Oh, well, this is how you do it. This is how it's been done for 100 years. Hell no, it's not. It's totally not. And then when I realized that, guess what happened? I stepped outside of my business to understand that what I'm trying to say is I get paid no matter what I do. I always tell everybody, guess how much I made today? I technically made nothing. How can I be in LA when I'm in Montana and did some? I didn't lift up my finger to do, but I own the business. So I still get paid being the owner of the business. Okay. Yeah. So it's learning which hats to make. I wish I learned those hats way long because I did waste 4 years of my first 4 years where I would be 4 years is huge. Yeah. Okay. Imagine how much money I lost or didn't do it the right way. I wish I knew that when I first started is I didn't have a coach. The 360 Electrician channel, the young electrician wasn't here. Dustin Stelzer wasn't here. We didn't have the role
models. YouTube wasn't here.
YouTube wasn't here. So everything we had to learn our own because we couldn't go to the wholesale house and say, hey, dude, how much do you charge for a panel upgrade, bro? Hook a brother up. Get the hell out of my. So again, I wish I had a channel like mine, yours. And I mean, I wish I knew that and learn the business part of it. It's a business. It's not an electrical contract. You could be selling soda pop. You could be anything. You got to understand that that's how you make the money, but you have to know the other aspects of it, right? I know a guy that is a electrical contractor per se, but he's really not. He's a marketing agency.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. The way he makes money is doing the electrical work, but it's the marketing agency he really runs that brings him hundreds of thousands of calls over the year, right? Yeah. Do you understand?
I understand that, yeah.
You can sell golf balls. You can sell water at a game. The thing is, how you got to get the phone to ring. So anyway, hire right. Get your business down to pat. Understand your business. Understand your costs. Understand where you're going, what you want to be. I wish I knew that. Wearing those hats. Get coaching from me or anybody else you think is going to help you. I don't think there's too many other mistakes. I think the other big mistake was. Let me try to think. None of them were mistakes. There was stuff that thrown on me. Let's be example. If you're in Los Angeles County right now, I hope you know this. If you have a logoed van and you park it on the street overnight, because most of my employees live in apartments or condos, you're getting a ticket So I wish I didn't logo up $6,000 of a wrap on all my vans and then realize I've got $1,000 tickets every time because it's the third strike in Los Angeles County City. So I guess
crazy.
mistakes were not really, not paying attention to those things. But again, that's all business stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many mistakes that I can say honestly where I can just right now say, man, I regretted that. I know the ones: hiring and just not knowing the business plan, the business system right up front.
No, I think that's important because the hiring alone, like somebody was asking me like, who am I going to bring on? And I got one guy I'm going to bring on, maybe two, because I've worked with them side by side and I've done side work with them, and I know I could trust them, their quality work. But
Imagine
that's
having
huge.
to have 20 to 25 guys. It's another full-time job.
No, yeah, I'm not there
That's
yet.
crazy.
I'll call you for some coaching when I
Nope. I will never get to that number. People always ask me, well, how many guys are you running right now? No one would believe it with the jobs that I show on my channel.
Yeah.
Because my system changed 15 years ago. I've said it once, so I'm going to say it here. It's another huge secret. It's my biggest secret. I've never told anybody. So my business are, for lack of better terms, my structure is a micro franchise structure. I'm putting out a course on that because people always wonder, how the hell does Jeff do what he does? And because every single one of my journeyman masters are technically small business owners within my company. I still own everything. It's mine, but they're treated. It's the next best thing to opening your own business. So the joke is, I asked Rudy in LA, like, when are you going to take over? I'm done. Like, I'm out completely. It's yours. It's yours. He says, why? I got it made. Yep. And I go, I made it so freaking awesome. Nobody leaves and nobody would. Why? They have no incentive to take it to the next level. Money's not, most people in my team are paid very well. Money's not the number one motivator, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Because if they go for the money, they're going to lose so many other things that are important, which is time with their families. We're very, very different as far as how we run our company than anybody else. People have asked me to actually are wanting to pay me to develop that. These are big venture people. They're asking me to develop exactly what I do and teach them, and so that we can market this. Something that I do, but I have to get rid of a couple. I have to get rid of my brick and mortars if I'm going to do that. It's a lot of time.
That's important though, because people don't want
my systems are put in place that each van is a Chick-fil-A.
There you
basically. Think about it. It's a franchise store, and it's run like one. So if there's a problem,
very interesting in that.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting, and it works so beautifully. It gives me the lifestyle I want.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, that's the goal, man. That's the goal.
That's it.
I like it because I think it's understanding that that day rate you were talking about. It's kind of in the same vein. You understand how much money you need to make. You got to a point where your guys could make money, and why sink that ship? Why try to make it something it's not?
Think about it, Ruben. If I've priced it so I make $20 per electrician, that works for me for every hour they work.
Okay.
That means I make $20 an hour sitting here. I got one guy working for me. What happens if I got 5 guys working for me? I sit here and make $100 an hour. As long as I don't, so think about that for a second. My system that I teach, preach, coach, everything I'm doing is based on my system. Now, what if I am working in the business? Well, that's okay. This is the Jeff Bezos of my company.
Yep.
But then I get paid. What's an office worker get paid? $20 an hour. If I'm wearing that hat, I'm charging that $20 an hour. I get that money as well. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, what if I'm the delivery boy? Well, if a delivery boy is $15 an hour and I'm doing it, I'm charging for it. I get paid $15. So now I make the $20 for the office worker. I get paid $15 for the delivery boy, and I'm getting $20 as the Jeff Bezos per person. Think about it. It's an unbelievable system. It works. Awesome. It works because it's simple. I often said I do stupid math, but then I realized, am I stupid? No, I do simple math. I want everything to be simple. I want you to know that if you did a job for one day, you know what you made. You don't have to do the math. Now, of course, there's taxes. There's other stuff. It's not super, super simple, but it's a 90% more simple than somebody having a freaking Excel sheet with 2,700 things. And if this happens and this happens, forget about it. That's not me.
Yep. I like it.
Yep. Dude, so, Jeff, Ruben, my time is coming short. I know hopefully we'll do a part 2, or you can edit this part. But yeah, if you have a follow-up question or you want to,
I do. There's a rite of passage to this podcast for everybody that comes on for the first time. So I'm going to ask you the final question. All right. Let's say you get a call, right? Really, just a house. It's a panel upgrade or a rewire for a house, and they call you and say, Jeff, look, I will pay you whatever you want. There's some nutcase out here. I don't know what he's doing. He said he's going to change everything into DC electricity. And he's crazy. So you go out there, you're like, screw it. You got your guys, you got your bags, and you help and you rewire it and you make it AC again. And then you hear a car pull up behind you. Out steps Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison was the nut job, made a time machine, came to the future, wants to bring DC back. He wants to make DC great again. And you just ruined all of his work. Now Edison's pissed. He
Okay.
drops his tool bags, rolls up his sleeves, and he's looking for a fight. And his eyes are set on you.
Okay.
Who's going to win in a one-on-one bare knuckle fist fight between you and Thomas Edison?
100% I am, because I can run faster than Thomas Edison. And you said I rolled up with my boys, so I got some backup.
You're gonna let them handle it? You're gonna
Dude, 52 years old, shingles, ADHD, high blood pressure, cholesterol. Yeah, as long as I can outrun them, I'm good. I can fight another day.
25-year-old Jeff versus 25-year-old Thomas Edison. Come on, Jeff.
He's still, you know what? My character, he's going to win because I'm going to let him take a shot. And I'll just lay down flat and call it done. I'll turn the other cheek.
Not going to fight.
And you know what? And you know what? To be honest with you, it's Thomas Edison. And there's a respect there that you got to honor at the end of the day.
You're a better man than me. You're a way better man than me.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that because I would not.
I don't know about that. That's just what I would do. I my tail would be between my legs. And I'm a fighter. People that know me know that I'm the business guy. I'm here to I'm the elephant in the China store for sure.
Oh yeah.
But in certain cases, I'd like to say that I want to turn the other cheek. I want to be, I have no problem giving other people props and lifting them up. Remember the saying, and you know it too. If you're invited to the wedding, don't come and sit at the front of the table. Sit at the back, and your wedding guests will then elevate you and promote you and honor you and bring you to the front, and everybody will see that. So I always sit at the back of the table. I have no problem with that. You can also listen. You can, if you have enemies, you can hear, you can check them out better. If you have competition, you can check it out. So yeah, that's probably.
You are the first person on the podcast to not just be like, yeah, I'll dog him out.
Right. Everybody else is like,
I like your humility. Everybody else, they lied.
I'd be like, hey guys, I'm paying you. Take care of it. I'm out. See ya.
Oh yeah. The guys will beat him up. That's hilarious.
Right.
Jeff,
right.
Thank you, man. Is there anything? Okay, so if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of Jeff?
Yeah, so I have everything that I offer. Of course, my YouTube channel, my Instagram channel, and I think TikTok. We're not very much on TikTok because Montana's the first one that wanted to ban it. We're at the 360 Electrician. So at the 360 Electrician. YouTube, I highly encourage you. This is the best for me. Just type in electrical contractor in the search.
Yep.
How to be an electrical contractor. Anything electrical contractor. I always say it. I love Dustin. We don't do anything together, but Dustin's the reason I got on there. I call myself the electrician for the electrical contractor. Because if you go and type in electrician, you got Dustin. If you type in electrical contractor, you get this little guy that's 1/100th of Dustin. But hey, I'm okay with that too. So yeah, just type in anything electrical contractor. You'll find me on YouTube. On Instagram, I don't even know how it works. I'm just doing Instagram because somebody that was in charge of a big brand that used to sponsor me, kind of, between you and me, and the world said, yeah, Jeff, you need more subscribers. Yeah. And so I said, you don't just say that to me. You challenge me, forget it. I'm going. So I said, okay. And we went from literally 10,000 to 23,000 in, I think, in 2 months, 2.5 months.
Instagram's like the place to be for
it's not advertising. It isn't. It's the brands just love it. But most of the brands are run by 20-something-year-olds. Here, remember this. Instagram, to me, doesn't sell anything. You can't. It's hard. You have no link back. Linktree. Then you got to get off the platform, go. YouTube is where it's at. YouTube is where you make the money. YouTube is where you can go to the description, click, and get to something. Instagram is just popular, so the brands think you need to be on Instagram. But if you ask me where the sales are, it's not on Instagram. Not yet. If they change the algorithms and the click-throughs, it is. People freak out about it, but I would say it's a 10-to-1 ratio. If you're making $1 on Instagram right now, that would equal $10 on YouTube.
Very good to know. I did not know that.
Yep. So for all you influencers, that's what I did. I helped influencers too for a while. Not doing that anymore. It got burned way too many times. Too many selfish, too many people out there that I told you, just not worth it for me anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey Jeff, I genuinely appreciate you, man. I'm looking forward to the
Thanks,
next
man.
one. Let's link up and let's just plan the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to post this. You're going to do long form on YouTube and Instagram. I'll monitor it. Anybody that has any questions, Do it on Ruben's site. I want you to get that algorithm up too. Let everybody know about it. I believe, Ruben, you're going to let me cross-promote it on my channel. But anybody out there, if you have any questions, if you want to do coaching, my marketing paperwork, my paperwork for electrical contractors, so you save your butt. We didn't even talk about that, Ruben.
I know.
What happens if you get into a situation where there's crushed or unpullable conduit? I say it all the time. And you gave a bid for $1,000 to rewire, and there's crushed or unpullable conduit. And the customer says, that's your problem. You said $1,000. My paperwork protects you from all that stuff anyway. And then the new course for hiring, all that's available at www.the360electrician.com.
That is awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I'm planning on taking some of your coaching and getting some of your paperwork. So
anytime, brother.
It's
anytime.
coming. It's coming.
Anytime. You are a 100% friend of the channel. Send me anything you want. It'll get reshared.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Jeff, I'll let you go, man. I'll see you next time.
I'll see you on the next one.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Peace.